Welcome back. The Redeemed Christian Church of God has commissioned the Enoch and Folu Adeboye Rehabilitation Center in Ekpe, Lagos, to fight drug addiction. The two hostels with 200-bed capacity will house 25 persons in each quarter, while other buildings are set aside for skill acquisition training, the chapel, and auditorium. Araga, Ekpe, the chosen location for the Christ Against Drug Addict Ministry, Kadam, where lives once shattered is given a new meaning. Pastor Folu Adeboye, the wife of the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, arrives at the newly constructed structure and is immediately led to inspect the work so far done in the center. Mommy Gio, as fondly called, is the visionary. She makes her way into the hall, flanked by pastors and elders of RCCG, including support partners in the business of impacting lives. In no time, she's back outside the hall to receive the Governor of Lagos State, Gov Ambode. She steps to the podium facing those she refers to as women and men of valor. She says over 2,000 of them have so far been rehabilitated in the last 15 years.
Kadam, known as the Christ Against Drug Abuse Ministry, is a faith-based, non-governmental organization under the Redeemed Christian Church of God, which offers to the treatment and rehabilitation of drug addicts, male and female, from all over the world.
In his speech, Governor Gov Ambode hails the sustenance and success so far recorded in the ministry. He hammers more on parental vigilance over their wards, as drug addiction is a threat to the society.
What this rehabilitation center is saying, that you can re-strategize that choice again. With the quality of facilities provided here, I have no doubt that many lives that have been compromised as a result of drug addiction will be redeemed, stabilized, and given a new hope for a better and meaningful future. Given the incredible impact this facility will have on the society, I'm pleased to say that this project, Lagos State Government will support thoroughly.
It's time to unveil and commission the Enoch and Folu Adeboye Center. One of the beneficiaries of the rehabilitation speaks to us but craves anonymity. He says he's from a wealthy and influential home where his father is a senior pastor of one of the big churches in Nigeria. He tells me that he got into drug addiction, particularly crack cocaine, through peer pressure and his extremely adventurous lifestyle at a tender age of 17 years.
Crack cocaine is an expensive drug, and I needed a lot of money to be able to sustain that habit. So I had to do a little bit of cybercrime, besides my own skill as a graphic artist also, but I didn't even harness that skill. I just killed it. So I see myself being a spokesperson for the world when it comes to drug and all these things that affect the social life of youths and their upbringing and the generations to come.
Mr. Dokun Adedeji, a medical doctor and a former director of Cadbury, has given up over 15 years of his life for a ministry he says has given him satisfaction.
What I just want to beg society, take us back, even when they fall and they come back. Don't stigmatize us. Accept us, give them a second chance, as God has given us second chances.
Rehabilitation at Kadam is currently for free, but with support from all, more victims of drug abuse all around the country will be restored. As part of its health intervention project, the Committee of Wives of Lagos State Officials Council donated an ultra-modern intensive care unit to the Lagos Island maternity. This was accompanied with neonatal hearing screening equipment to 4 general hospitals. Take a look.
The provision of an intensive care unit equipment to the Lagos Island Maternity Hospital is the outcome of an agreement reached earlier in the year by the Committee of Wives of Lagos State Officials Council on the health project it can support as part of its health intervention program for 2017.
I commissioned 2017 Council Health Project to the glory of all and the benefits of women and children in Lagos State.
This equipment comes along with the new NATO hearing screening equipment also donated to Bagada General Hospital, Ikorodu General Hospital, Badagry General Hospital and Ifakojayi General Hospital. The ICU facilities have been at a huge cost, and it's capable of further closing the gap in the challenges of service delivery in the health sector of Lagos State, especially as it affects mothers and children.
Now and then, we hear of many pregnant women and their babies dying of conditions such as pregnancy-induced hypertension, convulsion, or shock arising from post-delivery bleeding. After effecting deliveries, subsequent proper care requiring intensive care is always lacking until government advocacy of regular attendance of antenatal care services is heeded by expectant mothers and until there's early referrals from CBAs, faith-based organizations, and primary health care centers and ICU will always be needed to save more lives. Here lies the wisdom in council's intervention in upgrading and strengthening the existing high dependency units to an ultra-modern intensive care unit to cope with increased number and complexity of emergency cases.
The new facility is equipped with 2 ICU beds, 2 ventilators, 6 step-down bed units with pressure mattresses, ultra-modern gadgets such as multi-parameter digital patient monitors, infusion pumps and syringe pump, blood and fluid warmers, automatic external defibrillators, and other life-saving equipment as obtained anywhere else in the world.
The Commissioner for Health, Dr. Jide Idris, explains how this equipment would enhance healthcare delivery in the affected areas.
Council, by upgrading equipment of the high dependency unit into an intensive care unit in this baby factory, beautifully complements a number of existing interventions deployed by the state government to drastically reduce the maternal mortality rate in the state. The hospital, as we've heard, records almost 400 deliveries monthly, a significant proportion of which is as high as 90% of which are unbooked emergencies. Even among this high-risk group, maternal mortality should be reduced by a continued multi-pronged approach. I am aware that the hospital has appropriate human resource to run the intensive care unit, and professional update courses are being provided. The access to care by the financially challenged clients should be given due consideration by the hospital management, even as we are putting finishing touches to the soon-to-be-launched state health insurance scheme.
Since its inception, Council has been carrying out people-oriented projects in enhancing the lives of the people. These latest donations further affirm that the business of the well-being of the masses should be the concern of all.
And that's where we'll draw the curtain on the program this week. Your comments and observations are valuable to us. Keep them coming through our social media platforms. I'm Loretta Chiogo. Bye for now.